California Spring Trials is Fashion Week for our industry, or maybe you can think of it like the auto show. A chance to see many of the coolest new products available for upcoming seasons. Dozens of global breeding companies and innovative plant introduction companies set up along the California coast in early spring to showcase new crops that have been in development for years, even decades. New series, additions, upgrades, and sometimes brand new plants are grown out and discussed in detail for the better part of a week to drive interest from visiting growers, retailers, and distribution companies. It's also a time to catch up with old friends, solidify strategic partnerships, and revel in the beauty created by our industry. We've done this for decades and we'll do it again in 2026 from March 24th to 27th. Registration is managed by the National Garden Bureau and you can sign up to secure your spot at caspringtrials.us. In fact, registration is essential. A quick reminder before we get started. New for this year, if you're visiting a location with more than one exhibiting company, like most of them, registration by location means you register for all companies when you schedule your appointment at caspringtrials.us. But be sure to allocate plenty of time for stops with multiple companies. One click doesn't mean one quick visit. Take, for example, the Head Start Nursery Stop or the Santa Barbara Polo Club. You can register for the location, but you'll need to allocate time for all of the exhibiting companies, and that can mean as many as 100 new varieties. Last but not least, check out the suggested itineraries at caspringtrials.us. If 2026 will be your first time visiting the trials, or you haven't been in a few years, they will be very helpful. Let's hear about some of the things you'll see and experience at Spring Trials this year. I'm your host, Bill Calkins, and today, as part of our California Spring Trials preview mini-series, I'm here with Kris Carlsson from Sakata to hear about what the company has in store for us this March. This will be a quick conversation, but hopefully it inspires you to register and start thinking ahead as you plan your crop mix for the future. Kris, welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Bill. We're excited to talk about what we're going to showcase at CAST next year for Sakata.
Cool. I'm excited to hear about it. And really, every trial location is unique. You guys are set up in a greenhouse, which I love. It's certainly a really good entire feeling of just the whole plant culture of our industry. So can you tell us where your trial location is located and how you describe the general vibe of the stop? And then if you're willing to share any bits and pieces about this year's theme, I'd love to hear what the design team's working on.
Yeah, so we're located in Salinas, California. We showcase the Sakata stop there. It's at our one of our vegetable research stations where we also do our ornamental research in North America. We share the stop with the Kienzler family. We've had a great collaboration with them for a number of years and showcasing it at the same stop. It kind of gives more bang for your buck when you visit the Sakata stop to see two stops there. We always focus on showing the best Sakata genetics. We're not a to Z stop anymore. We like to focus on what's new and exciting, best in class genetics. We also probably are a little biased. We feel like we have some winning genetics, some patients, super cal that are industry leading. So we put a lot more emphasis on those. So I would say that's the vibe this year. In addition to the elaborate displays that we always come forward with to really message the story behind the plants, we're developing some exciting technical research that we think we'll be able to showcase at CAST, particularly looking at new technical PGR regimes, strategies, and SuperCal. We feel like that can be something of high interest to our grower customers that like to visit the stop, but really anybody who visits the stop. We also invested heavily in cut flowers this year to be able to showcase more cut flowers. We'll have a new tunnel to grow cut flowers in kind of that coastal California style. I don't think we'll be giving tours of the tunnel, but will definitely allow us to produce some high quality cut flowers. You know, my first pitch for the theme, Billy, you know, I love baseball. So my first pitch was, let's have a baseball theme. We can focus on my favorite team, which is currently homeless right now. formerly of Oakland, sheltering in Sacramento,
Yep.
maybe moving to Vegas. But the marketing team said, no way, the licensing fee's too expensive. So
Right.
what I'll reveal about our theme is that we want everybody to feel at home when they visit the Sakata stop.
Okay. That's a good teaser. So no baseball theme. Last year, didn't you guys have was it carnival or?
Yeah, it was like a carnival. We celebrated a lot of fun with a carnival theme.
Mhm.
I thought it was really enjoyable, and like I said, this year we just want to welcome everybody to the Sakata house.
I like it. So no ring toss. I was terrible at it anyways. So I guess that was a look back to last year. But looking back to the plants from last year, what do you consider your big hit from the 2025 trials? And you can approach this any way you want. It can be sales. It could be, just what got the most excitement, what you liked the most.
Yeah, personally, I took plants home before cast extras and planted them in my garden. I live in California, so I have Super Cal Premium Red Maple in full bloom for the Christmas season. So I got a full year of flower power out of Super Cal Premium. That was also a hit at the stop. I would say the most photographed item at our stop was the new Super Cal Premium Yellow Sun Improved. Bright yellow, intense flower color. That was a huge hit. Obviously, we're known for sun patience. So there was a lot of buzz around the new compact pink splash, and especially the royal magenta coming back into the assortment because it's such a huge item for landscapers, that color. Mm-hmm. And then there was a new color, Cali Petite, Calibracoa. But what really got a lot of impact with the visitors was seeing it in small baskets and bowls for that retail impulse buy. Because if it's naturally compact habit, you can pull it off in a much smaller pot size. So I guess I covered 3 hits from last year, but there was a lot of interest in the new offering that we had last year, Cass. So that kind of provides some highlights. And you can pretty much guarantee you'll always see those items at the Sakata cast every year.
Well, no, and I think it's totally fair to have 3 highlights because those are 3 huge series in our industry. So, and plus you had an anniversary for Sun Patience. I remember that. So that was a cool thing for us to talk about. And from the media side was, 25 years of Sun Patience. Can you tell, and I know that you and I have both been involved in spring trials for a lot of years, and we know the behind the scenes of what it takes to pull off an event like that. Can you talk a little bit about how and when your team starts thinking about spring trials, what you think it takes to put on a high level event like Sakata always does, and most importantly, what visitors, maybe they haven't been to spring trials before, maybe they haven't been in a few years, what you think they'll gain from visiting your site in 2026?
Yeah, I mean, realistically, at cast each year, our marketing team starts planning the next cast because it's a great moment to reflect on what's working, what they could refine and make better, how our customers are reacting to our displays, our new varieties, the interactions. So the planning is essentially year round. I would say with some of our longer crop time cut flower varieties like Lysianthus, we already have to have a list together in May, and we're planting in summer to pull off the next cast varieties. So it's a year round planning with really kind of all hands on deck. Not every day year round, but for sure every week you're touching some element of planning for cast. So it's a massive undertaking. I think if you haven't been to cast before, or if you haven't been to a cast event in a while, I encourage you to come back. I mean, I think you gain obviously access to the best new genetics in the market, like direct access, inside scoop. More importantly, I think you gain access to industry veterans and experts. So our entire sales team, our technical team, our product development team, I don't even know what the total years of experience is. It's well into the thousands.
Yeah.
If you put our team together, and Sakata's a smaller team, I would promote this for really any stuff. I mean, you're talking to the experts that know these plants the best. Beyond the new genetics, you can ask questions of the entire Sakata technical team is in one stop. That never happens.
Right.
So you got the best minds to solve your problem, network, maybe plan a follow-up visit to your location to get some assistance. And then on top of that, you gain access to great food, friendships. If I think back at this point, I think it's over 15 years of presenting at Cast, and the long list of people that I've met and developed long-standing relationships from Cast is so vital to our industry, really. So that's what I think you gain from Cast in general, but also from the Sakata stop.
I love it. I couldn't have said it any better. I think you touched on so many important things: the camaraderie, the access to technical expertise, solving the problems that you're having. And you've got tons of people with experience to help with that. And then obviously the beautiful genetics and that have been in development for many, many years. And then the planning that definitely is year round, I think. Wow, you summed it up really well. And before we wrap up, the question that everybody tunes in for, can you shout out a few of the new varieties that your team is most excited to showcase? Maybe a sneak preview, something that we're going to see. And you can approach this however you want, because I know sometimes things are held close to the vest, but I imagine you can, I could probably guess at least we might see a Sun Patience or something.
Well, you touched on last year was the 25th anniversary of Sun Patience, and I want to message that or explain that Sakata sees this as the very beginning of our innovation process in Sun Patience. This is a huge celebration of the 25th, but it's not stopping. And so I can't say what we're introducing. I can say it's pretty big. This is a huge innovation in Sun Patience that, we've been introducing new colors that are really key. We basically create a new class of impatiens that can take the sun, and we're not resting. We're hitting it hard. So you definitely want to come see Mark and myself and any of the other Sakata people that want to talk about Sun Patience, because we've got a big one coming this year. On top of that, we celebrated a win. So we're introducing a brand new color of double zinnia, Profusion double zinnia. Okay. I can't tell you exactly what color, but it's probably the most important color in zinnia. I'll tease that.
Nice.
But we're celebrating the win of double white in 2026, an AAS winner for a gold medal winner. That's a very prestigious award from AAS. That's the top honor that you can achieve. And double Profusion white is the first double zinnia to ever win a gold medal and the only double zinnia to ever win a gold medal. So in honor of celebrating that, Sakata really supports the AAS program. You get a wide range of trial conditions to make sure your genetic is good. We want to make sure we introduce some new exciting double zinnia Profusion with all the same great attributes as the winning white. The other thing that our customers continue to ask for is additional colors of Super Cal. That's kind of an up-and-coming new product for Sakata in terms of being the best petunia now on the market for all weather tolerance. I mentioned I'm California, so I'm a little unfair, but it's pretty impressive to get a year of flowering. I do have high pressure for powdery mildew, and I never see powdery mildew on it. I've got fog every morning, no botrytis on the flowers, so we'll have new colors of Super Cal. The other thing I want to mention, another tease, is we're well known for cut flowers. Last year, we introduced downy mildew resistant sunflower to the market, Vincent's Choice, Vincent's Fresh. This year, we have a whole new series of sunflowers, but I'm not going to tell you what. You got to come and see it. And then the last tease, Bill, I love the playlist concept with the new combos and having all new song names. We have a broad lineup of new playlist combos touching on all the great Sakata genetics. I got to name one of them. The song title is Born to Hula. It's of my favorite band, and if you can figure out what the band is by next cast when you come visit me, I'm sure I've got some Sakata swag for you.
Ooh,
So
that's good.
now you've got something to figure out. But Born to Hula, what is the band?
All right.
So that kind of touches on some of the new things that we're excited about to show you customers at the Sakata booth for Cast, and there's way more than that, but that's the highlights.
No, that sounds awesome. I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys and seeing your display in March. We always have fun recording at your trial. The way that you tend to lay it out makes it easy for us to really shine a spotlight on the varieties that we find interesting and that you guys are really trying to promote, and that you've heard repeated back from your customers that they're big introductions. So, Kris, thank you so much for your time today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. We'll look forward to seeing your cast next year.
Definitely. And now is the time to head over to the National Garden Bureau registration site at caspringtrials.us. You'll find a link in the show notes. Get registered. And as I always say, consider bringing a few people from your team, because you never know what someone's going to spot. You might miss the next big thing, and someone else on your team might see it right away. And don't forget to subscribe to the Tech on Demand podcast on your favorite app. That way you'll never miss an episode.